Temperatures were cool and the wind was blowing as the players began teeing off at 8 a.m. First round scores were high. 82 or better made the cut, and the 44 players chasing the two leaders were all within 8 shots of the lead.
The course is playing great. It's playing fast on the greens, very difficult, cold conditions, very windy. Seems like every hole you get to, it's in your face.
The players all agreed that the course was very difficult, but fair and gorgeous.
It's a hidden gem, you know, so we're very fortunate to have the MGA come, and I think everyone walked away very happy yesterday.
First round leaders Rich Feldman and Jay Sessa seemed loose and ready to go.
The course was terrific yesterday. Greens were a little fast, you know, beginning of the year. We're not really quite used to that, but it was a great day, and the course was in super condition.
Great condition. Wind was up yesterday, which made it tough for everybody, at least in the morning it did.
Both men were at 2 over par 74. Only one shot behind was 2007 winner Jay Blumenfeld. And there were 4 players only 2 shots back, including 3-time senior amateur champion Steve Rose.
But you're right there, only a couple shots out.
Yeah, well, you know, I have to be aggressive, that's all. You know, you can't sit on your laurels.
Well, the final group struggled. Co-leader Rich Feldman did make birdie here on the short par 5 first, but bogeyed 3 and 4, and then made triple bogey 7 on the 8th after hitting his tee shot out of bounds. A poor second shot on the par 5 third put Jay Sessa behind the 8 ball, as they say, and that's what he took on the hole. 8. Here's another cliche. That's the way the ball bounces. On the par 3 ninth, Jay hit what looked like a great shot and birdie opportunity, but the ball rolled back down and off the sloped green. His second did the same. He took double bogey 5 and finished the tournament in 3rd place. Richard Feldman finished a stroke back, tied for 4th, along with 3-time champion Steve Rose. And so, who was keeping pace with par or close as the 2 leaders slipped out of contention? Jay Blumenfeld of Mountain Ridge Country Club shot 1 under on the front 9 and was now only 2 over par for the championship. David Prowler of Bethpage State Park Golf Club began the day 1 shot behind Jay, and his 1 under 35 on the front kept him 1 behind the 2007 champion. These 2 men were now the leaders, and when it was over, they were 4 and 5 shots better than the rest of the field. As Jay Blumenfeld walked up the par 5 14th fairway, he had no idea of what was going on directly in front of him, or where he stood in the tournament for that matter. David Prowler was playing steady golf and was just a shot behind. With a 100-yard third shot to this par 5, 90% of the time a player of Jay's caliber would make par or better. But his third with a wedge left him 35 feet short and led to a 3-putt bogey. With just 4 holes remaining, they were tied for the lead. Both men parred the par 5 15th. On 16, David Prowler made a key 6-footer to save par and stayed tied for the lead with the man playing directly behind him. Seconds later, that man hit this second shot to the short par 4. It came to rest about 7 feet from the pin and it looked like it was going to go in. And then he had that putt to take the lead. But it didn't quite have enough. With 2 holes remaining and tied for the lead, David Prowler had this 15-footer after a nice tee shot to the 139-yard par 3 17th. After walking away with par and moving to the 18th tee, it was Jay's turn, and his tee ball came to rest about 35 feet to the right of the hole. His long putt for birdie stopped about 3 feet short. A miss would drop him a stroke behind with only the 18th to play. But he made it. So it all came down to 18 for both players, neither of whom knew exactly where they stood. But they knew they were in contention. The conditions were tough, and they were playing well. David Prowler's second to the final hole found a greenside bunker. And his bunker shot looked real good. But the ball didn't bite and ran by the hole about 12 feet. He carefully studied the slightly downhill putt for par, but when it slid off to the right, He left the door open for Blumenfeld. Jay's tee shot on 18 was right down the middle, and his second to the 413-yard par 4 finishing hole looked great. But the ball ran past the cup and kept running some 40 feet. 2 putts from there, however, and the victory was his. When he dropped the 2-footer in the middle of the cup and heard some applause, he may have realized then that he did it again. His second MGA Senior Amateur title.
How do you feel and how'd you play?
I played okay, thank you. I'm feeling pretty good. A little nervous at the end. I didn't know where I stand. I never asked, so I wasn't quite sure.
It didn't seem like you knew where you were the whole round. I mean,
no, I was just trying to play good golf. That's all.
In defeat, runner-up David Prowler was happy and quite satisfied with the way he played.
You made a nice run, my friend.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I made a lot of putts, and I have no regrets. One regret. I wish I'd hit 6 iron into 18 instead of 7 iron, but I played really well.
And so, Jay Blumenfeld wins the 87th MGA Senior Amateur Championship with a 2-round total of 148, 4 over par, 1 shot better than David Prowler. So long from the Rockrimmon Country Club in Stamford, Connecticut.